Okay, well, that takes us on to the next chapter because, what I really love is a good steak and a loaded baked potato with a salad, that's dripping with plenty of dressing, some good yeast rolls. But that's not always what's best for my health. And so chapter 8 deals with our health.
Yes.
And again, this is it's a topic, I don't know if I've ever heard a sermon in all of my years in church, my 50 plus years in church, literally thousands of sermons. I can't say I've ever heard one on health and how we should care for ourselves. We deal with that in this chapter. And so give us a preview.
This chapter is near and dear to my heart because health has long been, to me, a glaringly spiritual issue. And yet, as you say, not often discussed from the pulpit or in church in general. And I think that that's a big problem because when the church is not providing a biblical way of looking at a given area of life, the secular world will swoop in. And if you know anything about the health world in this society, you know that it is saturated with vanity. And Christians who desire to improve their health, having not found the help they need to do that in the church, are forced to look to the world, and they are negatively influenced by that vanity. I mean, it's so funny to me how often Courtney will come back from the YMCA just complaining to me about the utter falseness that comes from the instructors, and it's not to be hard on them necessarily. It's simply to say that to the world, health is all about you. It's about feeling good about yourself. It's about being happy. It's about getting revenge on your ex who left you. All of this sort of stuff that really has no place in the heart of a Christian. So what I try to do is I try to begin by saying, why be healthy? What benefit is there from a biblical perspective? And then comes some dealing with some sins that also affect our health, namely gluttony and drunkenness. And then also discussing the theme of table fellowship, which we see throughout the Bible, and pulling all of that together into, I hope, a somewhat coherent view of how we should eat and how we should drink and how we should be hospitable. It's not keto, paleo, carnivore, vegan. It's nothing like that. It's all about gratitude and about temperance and discipline and idolatry and keeping God in first place. That's really what it's about.
Yeah, again, I was going to say this is not a prescriptive chapter. Just like we've said, I'm kind of sounding like a broken record here, but we are laying the foundation, or you have laid the foundation for how we should think about our health from a spiritual perspective. And, it's a very difficult one because how we treat ourselves has a lot to do with the lust of the flesh and the things that we want to eat, the slothfulness that we sometimes want to have, and a lot of other things. And so it really, it gets in your knickers, so to speak, when you really stop and think about how does God want me to care for myself. So a very, very informative chapter.